Normally there are tons of cars coming from both directions. There's nobody. Well, there's one. It's empty. This is the movie theater, the only one in Scotts Valley, and it's empty and dark.
I'm gonna grab focus with this trash can here. Gonna zoom in on that. Just gonna do a little funny. There we go. Okay. Oh, not that far.
So, I'm not sick, I swear.
On Zoom with my friends because social interaction does not exist anywhere outside of the internet.
I wanted to say I agree with it. Maybe I come as a gift.
I'm muting y'all.
They're giving families who need it or / want it the chance to get basically a free lunch and breakfast. The breakfast thing could be anything from like a granola bar to I think we got like some weird cookie last week.
Just going about my normal online school stuff. Nothing really new. I check my email every morning and it's full of Google Classroom stuff that doesn't really matter.
We're doing math and we all want to die. And that's about it. This is it. This is my Google Classroom. These are all assignments that I have to do by certain days. So I have PE stuff due Friday. I've got English stuff due Wednesday and Friday. This stuff is due Wednesday. This is due Friday. This is due tomorrow. So I've got all these assignments. They show up really nicely on the to-do list. If you go to the to-do list, you can see what is due, when it's due. They're all color-coded by class. So that's all the stuff I have to do. And here's Discord.
I was wondering if I could ask you some questions for Winston's documentary.
Okay.
Okay. If you guys have any good questions, you can ask too, because I only thought of like 2 questions.
Why isn't Winston interviewing me?
Because he wants like everyone to interview people, and I was like,
do his work for him.
It's like summer, right? You know, this quarantine, it's like summer, but the fact that we are uncertain as to how long it's gonna last, and the fact that we know we can't leave, you know, like in the summer, we probably, a lot of the time you spend just not doing anything, but you know, that's because you choose to be doing nothing, right? You choose to be doing nothing, but during this, we can't choose to do nothing. We have to do nothing. So it's kind of annoying.
Now,
with cases of the coronavirus,
biggest threat this country has faced for decades.
Today is April 6th, 2020. I will be going and getting free lunches that my school provides.
Good morning.
So it looks like we have yogurt and Lucky Charms, an apple, 2 little oranges, and then since we got yogurt, we're just gonna put that where we have the yogurt, and then we're just gonna take all this stuff and put it here. It's breakfast and lunch most of the time, but it just gives us more of an option.
All right, so I'm on my daily walk. I'm just walking down to the bottom of the hill that I live on. And you can see I'm wearing a mask. This mask I sewed myself, but it has a filter inside it. So it is effective. But yeah, so you have to make deliberate attempts to go and get fresh air and work your legs, because otherwise you'll start gaining weight and become more unhealthy than you already are.
I just got off of a Zoom dance class call. I joined the call and there was a dance instructor because I'm enrolled in this class that got canceled and is now doing it online. So I did an online Zoom class, which is so strange, and I feel like it wasn't really all that effective. She was teaching us dance moves, right? But it's supposed to be it's like a 15-person dance class. And it's supposed to be this big collaborative thing, and it just wasn't, because we were all at home and we were all muted and we could all see each other, our cameras were on, but our microphones weren't. And so it just felt like a weird disconnection.
I can't go anywhere. I'm in lockdown for maybe the rest of school year, and then it's summer, so it's basically 6 months without being able to do anything. It sucks not going to school, right? But then it's I'm at home, right? And it's yay, I'm at home, it's spring break next week, but then it's I can't do anything in spring break either. So it's am I really enjoying it? No. It sucks, but it's good that we're staying indoors because #save lives.
So I'm currently at my church. I work on the AV team, and I'm here. And yeah, so we're all wearing masks and we're taping it for future use and other live streams. But this is being live streamed and also taped. So I'm helping out with our church's live stream. Everybody here is wearing masks and is very far apart. We've actually taped pictures of the audience to all the pews here so the pastor can preach to somebody. And it's very surreal. Everybody's wearing masks. The band is all 6 feet apart. It's very strange.
You go to school 8 to 12:30, and then you have the rest of the day to do whatever you want, but usually it's just more homework, more schoolwork, just that kind of stuff.
I've powered through most of my classwork except for history. All of us, at least in my class, my grade, are getting completely overwhelmed by history work. We've been having these big history projects that are or taking notes on videos. She just assigned a 50-minute video today, due tomorrow, to watch and take notes on, which it's not like we don't have time to do it, but it's really, So that on top of taking notes from our textbook, taking notes from a slideshow that she gave us, and also writing a final little paper on it, doing a project and doing an artistic thing, a comic. Those are all 5 separate assignments that we've been assigned in the past 3 days. I'm gonna join a Zoom meeting in 30 minutes with my chemistry teacher, Ms. Spitzer, who I love. I love that woman. She's the only reason that keeps me going in this online schooling. No, that's not true. But for real, shout out to C. Spitty.
Yeah, some classes I can't get my grade up because there's no assessments. So my assessment part of my grade can't go up anymore. And so it's basically impossible for me to get a B and an A in some of my classes because I can't get my assessment grade up. So that's what I was a lot of that was wondering.
That's kind of how it is in chemistry, right? Because your lab reports and your tests and quizzes are kind of the bulk of your grade.
Yeah.
And so when you're doing all this work and it's going into that homework classwork section of your grade, that's 20% of your grade? That doesn't change your grade much. We're not doing any labs, we're doing no demos, really. And it's a hands-on science class. So when you guys, whoever's taking IB Chem next year, you're gonna have some holes, right? And that's a concern because that curriculum in your junior year IB Chem class it's pretty set. And if you have holes, that's gonna, kind of come back and could affect you.
It's very, very difficult to get work done, just because it feels like just kind of, for lack of a better term, it feels kind of obsolete. It's okay, why am I doing this when there's so many other things going on that I should be worried about and so many other things that are happening that
I should be thinking about, when in reality I can do nothing about those. I can't stop a pandemic, right? But it feels like I'm doing something that doesn't really have a purpose, because what's the point anymore?
Yay, quarantine.